Um, Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. This is Osama Tarek and welcome to the Texte's first podcast. And today we have a very special guest with us who is from Malaysia and he is going to tell us a little bit about that how they people are spending their quarantine life. Umit, please introduce yourself and welcome to the Texte's first podcast.
Hi Usama, good evening.
Good evening.
Texte is doing great. Now it's offering live broadcasts from all over the world to its users. How nice.
Yeah, I think it's quarantine life and we need to do something. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I
need to.
think people are spending more time now on the screen,
Yeah,
and that's really.
it's like a new feature that people can take a virtual tour to any place in the world.
Yeah,
So, bro,
so
first of all, I want you to introduce yourself, that who you are, what you do.
yeah, so my name is Umit. I am originally from Turkey, and I have been living in Malaysia since 10 years. So I'm half Malaysian, and
Since 10 years,
uh,
yeah,
yeah,
it's a
so
long
I
time.
yeah, and I know Sama since very long time, like 6, 7 years or even more than
I
that.
think more than that. I
Yeah,
think more
more
than
than
that.
that. Yeah, yeah, it's a mathematical miscalculation, even more than that. So and
Before
nowadays,
we know
so
each other before you've been to Malaysia.
yeah, that's right. I forgot it for a second. And so I'm a software engineer doing a mobile application development. And it's been a month. I'm home, working from home remotely. It's not something new actually for us, for developers, as Usama will know better. But the thing is, like, we are totally isolated. How the situation over there, I'm not very sure. But here in Malaysia, things started getting so serious from the beginning of March. Like
Okay.
on January, February, the life was going on. Everything was as before. I used to go my work, even though we hear the stories from China, but all those things were just a number for us. Like this much people infected, this much people passed away, this much people recovering. We
Yeah,
were
until and
just
unless
seeing
it
it.
was not in our countries.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. And we didn't actually think like it will come into our daily lives this much. So
So, bro, as COVID-19 has emerged globally and it's scaled in an with an unprecedented speed, how you're looking at COVID-19? What's coronavirus according to you? What's COVID-19? Yeah.
actually, in the beginning, almost 95 or 99% of the people were lost. Like we didn't know, like we didn't have much idea what is it, even though those experts are saying it's just a kind of flu spreading fast. So then we started digging more and more to understand what it is. And then
Yeah.
once we are experiencing it in our own environment, then of course we had to know more about it to protect us ourselves at least. So then, as everybody else, I'm following up with the news, I'm reading some stuff related to it, and it's really hard to understand what it is actually, even after all those reading and then watching videos.
Yeah.
And
By the
then
way,
at
yeah. Go
yeah
ahead.
and at the end I just decided that that's the reality, and take what authorities are saying as serious, and just stay home, take your precaution, protect from it, and we will get to know what it is actually after
After
time,
few years. Yeah.
few
After few
years
years.
or few months. But now at least just take it serious and take precaution. That's my take on
Yeah. Whatever
COVID-19.
it is, because few people are saying it's a biological war, few are saying it's natural. But I
It
think
can
that
be.
that's
It
not a
can be.
relevant discussion for now. For now, what we
Yeah.
need to focus on is how we can slow down the spread and how to avoid this COVID-19 virus.
Yeah,
So,
very
bro,
right.
by the way, how you're spending your socially distant time? Like it's Corona's time. Everyone is doing quarantine, and during this time, what you're doing, how you're staying positive, and what's your daily, how's your daily work life?
In the beginning, it wasn't too bad because work from home is, as I said in my early conversation, is not something very new to me, to us. So in the beginning, it was all
Specifically
right.
when someone is a developer, it's not new.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So, but after sometimes, it's not really a work from home for us anymore because we cannot go out and then we cannot meet our friends because like meeting them from video calls for work doesn't actually make any sense. By the way, like at this time we had chance to appreciate the physical contact, like having someone
Yeah.
to chat face to face, how precious it is, we understood. So it's getting bored, to be honest. I hope this quarantine will be over very soon. In the beginning, I was,
Inshallah.
yeah, inshallah, I was positive about it, but now, I don't really like it.
Yeah, by the way, because of the social distancing, I think it's really hard to spend time inside and staying inside all the time. You are 100% right. Bro, my next question is that how much this COVID-19 affected your daily life or your work life? Like being a software engineer, it's normal for you to work from home, but how much it's affected?
So things are getting more and more serious in our social life, in our financial, economical life. Like, for example, for my work, like in the beginning, like they just announced that we can work from home and we can contribute to our usual work. But recently, they had to come out with some serious decisions, like company has to cut off our salaries because they don't have enough budget to survive. Like out there, people cannot go, they cannot spend, so the economy somehow stopped, and companies are definitely suffering from that. So at the end, we ourselves got affected directly, I can say. Like, so starting from next month onwards, we all will get less pay, and this is the big caution
I
for
think
now.
this is
We
the
don't
worst thing
know.
that is happening because of Corona.
Yeah, and we don't know what will happen the next month, next month. Like, will they cut
Yeah.
even more, until we don't have jobs, maybe,
Yeah,
imagine.
because yeah. By the way, I was
There
looking
is
into the news day before yesterday, and they people were saying that it's stage one, and then there will be a stage two, in which we people need to learn that how to live a normal lives with this corona until and unless this vaccine they don't have the vaccine. So I think we have to wait till the vaccine is not here for this corona pandemic. By the way,
so
bro, there
are
is next
you
question
are
I
you
have for
saying
you.
that it will take another 1 to 2 years?
No, bro, I think according to the research papers and according to the articles, the people are saying the 2020 is Corona's year. Like you cannot travel. The only one who is gonna travel is Corona.
I think even today they say everything is over. I don't think anybody tomorrow will go out or travel there to travel. It's,
Yeah, by the
yeah.
way, when you look into the news and when you look too much, like they are creating panic, I think, too much panic. So I think it's you don't need to because even when you get up early in the morning, you are flooded with rumors about COVID-19 that this is what happened, this is what happened. Like if you believe in all of this news and your WhatsApp messages, you are going to think like this is the end of the world. So I think
Actually,
stay positive, stay optimistic, and keep whatever you are doing. Keep doing
I
whatever you are
think this is happening because of two things, I believe. One of them is it's happening all over the globe at the same time. That's why
doing. Yeah,
people are over panic. And another thing is now we have social media. Like last time, we used to follow the news TV channels. What they say is what we believe. But nowadays, anybody can make a news, their statement, and
yeah.
then just share it with millions.
Because
Yeah,
yeah, they can
like
share
what
it
we
on
are
social
doing right
media, and
now.
it will be viral in seconds. By the way, bro, there is a question from Nayab. Nayab is asking that would you say COVID-19 was result of 5G?
Yeah, that's what I recently heard. People are
Yeah.
believing it's spread from 5G. It's totally ridiculous. I mean, come on, like we are all tech people, right? We know how technology works somehow.
Hmm.
Like just a small example, I remember when 4G was going into the market, it was I think 2013, if I'm not mistaken, 14. There were a
Yeah, I
lot
can
of
say it was
news.
13. 4G was 13.
Yeah, there were a lot of news saying that 4G is against humanity. It will destroy the forest, natures. The birds are dying. And today, the same things are said for 5G, and even they went further and then saying that the virus spread by 5G. Come on, like today we have the laboratories, right? We can check the virus, its
But
existence.
bro,
It
I
is there.
think, yeah, by the way, there is a thing, there is a link between 5G and the top 1% in the world is going to, like, they want to have a control on the world. There is something I have read a lot about this, but I think that's a very long discussion and we will go on another side.
I
Bro, by
mean,
the way, there is one
I
last thing.
cannot I cannot say like 5G, 4G, all the technology is harmless. Definitely they have harms.
Yeah.
So that's why I think governments should take more on this to search about it and acknowledge their citizens, their people. But to say like it's spreading the virus, corona, I think is just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's true. Because there is one more thing that if, like, the people who are the people who are the creators of this 5G, like, if it's all about race, then it's also gonna affect them. Definitely WHO, there are a lot of organizations, they will never let anyone launch something which is gonna affect on such a broader scale. So, bro, there is one more question that it's Corona's time, and what plans you had prior to Corona for 2020? Like everyone had a plan that I'm gonna travel to this, I will go to this place, I will go to that place, and this is what I'm gonna do. But everything has been changed.
As you know, like I'm going back Turkey every summer
Yeah,
around June, July, August. And imagine this year I won't be able to go back. And I
yeah,
have,
because there is
yeah,
a
I
ban
have
on
my,
international flights. By the way, bro, there is a question from Nayab that Umit, tell us about Turkey, how it's going there. Like, definitely you will be in contact with your family members and your friends back home. So, what they think that how Corona is affecting their lives and what's happening over there.
actually, it was too late when it reached to Turkey. And that was a good thing, I guess. Like it was middle of March, we had our first case in Turkey. But the numbers escalated too fast. At the moment,
Okay.
there is around 30,000 cases in Turkey, and where in Malaysia is less than 4 or 5,000. So imagine you see the difference. But
Yeah.
the thing is, when I follow the numbers in Turkey, I see the number of tests conducted a day is very high, like 20,000 tests being conducted, which is a very good thing, I think, because the more they can detect, the more precaution they can have. Um, so it's just numbers for us, like we just see numbers, it's just duplicating itself. We don't know where it will go, but at the moment,
Yeah.
my family is good, Alhamdulillah. My father, mother, and my brother, they are doing good, and I hope they will be fine. Yeah.
Inshallah. Inshallah. By the way, bro, there's one another question in my mind that you are away from your family. Like you are in quarantine, you are staying inside, but you are away from your family. How you're feeling like, do you want to spend this time with your family or how it's going?
Uh, I
Definitely it's
think
hard. It's hard to stay
you
away from the
know
family, but yeah.
like I was anyway far from my family since like 8, 9 years, and I have chance to see them once a year, every year.
Mm.
So yeah, I wish like this time when I was locked and able to work still remotely, I was with them. Of course, it would be good. I think it would be a very good chance that I am forced to be locked and I can still see them and at least I can spend some time with them. Of course, that would be good. But
Yeah,
yeah, is not too bad too. But because there are people out there like they don't have access to food. Like this is not a joke. Like in Malaysia, I see news sometimes. There was a guy who's taking care of the house, used to go for the daily work, and then like he was just working in a restaurant or helping some people to shift stuff is a daily job. So once this lockdown happened here in Malaysia, he cannot feed his family, like he has a
yeah,
kid, he has a wife, and they were staying on the park. I mean, I'm sharing you this story because it actually affected me too much. I saw it on the news, and when they were staying on the park, the police stopped because there is a lockdown here now. You cannot really go out, and if police see you on outside and you are not going to buy a food or you don't have any purpose, they have right to arrest you. So far, I think 4,000 people arrested already within a month.
oh, oh my
So
God.
yeah, police ask him like, "Hey, you cannot come here. What are you doing here? You cannot sit in the park at the moment." And the guy started crying. He said, "I have nothing to give my family anymore. I don't have work. So at least I bring my daughter to park so she can at least feel happy."
So, bro,
So
I think
when
you're
I
100% right
see,
that we all need to care about the most vulnerable in this crisis because the people who were daily wagers nowadays they all are unemployed, and we really need to take care about all of those people. We need to donate as much as we can. I think this is the time to stand with all the people. We need to look around. We need to connect them with the organizations.
yeah,
Yeah, I think
definitely,
inequality is
yeah,
showing is it's inequality is worsen its effect. Yeah, specifically for the daily wages, things will be worse because of this lockdown. Because there are people who cannot afford the food while staying at home. Yeah, it's really hard, and I
yeah,
think
and
we are the one we need to take care about all of those people.
we don't have right to complain about anything when we see these people exist actually. And
Yeah.
this lockdown gave us a chance to be more aware about our surroundings, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I think, by the way, I was looking into another post. I wanted to share it with you that there was a guy, there was an old age man in Italy, and when he was like he was going out of hospital after this corona thing, and he doctor told him that you have to pay for a ventilator for 1 day, and he started crying. Doctor asked him that why you are crying. He said that God never asked me, because I'm breathing the air since I born, and God never asked me for, he never charged me anything for that, and just for 1 day for ventilators oxygen I have to pay money. So we need to be
Yeah.
thankful to the God. Yeah, I think we
How
need to be
true.
thankful to whatever we have. I think
Yeah,
this is
how
the
true.
time to, yeah, this is the time we need to analyze, and we need to see that we are blessed with plenty of things, and we need to be thankful to the God for all of those things. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah, there are many positive sides of it if we know how to look at it, actually.
Yeah. So, bro, thank you so much for joining us for this podcast. And I
And
think it's enough for today. And we will be coming back again for the podcast with someone from some other country. I think you have enjoyed listening to Umit. uh, you got a chance to learn about how people are spending their quarantine life in Malaysia. So thank you so much for watching us, and stay tuned. We will be coming back soon with another podcast. Thank you so much, bro. Goodbye. Allah Hafiz.
yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sama. Good night. And thank you, Nayab, for the good questions. And hope to meet you guys in sooner broadcast. Take care.
Inshallah.
Thank you.
Inshallah. Take care.
Inshallah.
Allah Hafiz. Bye.